Bergen Community College presents Bergen Bulldog Radio on FiOS Channel 26. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Bergen Community College.
Welcome to Bergen Bulldog Radio for the week of November 17th, 2025. I'm your host, Johan Bokodi. Bergen Bulldog Radio is a weekly news magazine program produced by the radio production class on the Paramus campus of Bergen Community College. Each week, our program will bring insight on current topics here on the campus of New Jersey's largest community college. On this week's program, our Bergen Bulldog Focus segment will feature a Bergen County news roundup of the top stories in our largest towns. We are glad you joined us today. Now let's get caught up with the latest news around Bergen Community College.
I'm Nick Gonzalez.
And I'm Johan Bokodi.
And this is Bergen Bulldog News. Johan, what's happening?
It's that time of year again in Bloomfield. Mayor Jenny Mundell and the Township Council are inviting residents to take part in their annual Thanksgiving giveaway, offering free turkeys and all the fixings to Bloomfield families who qualify. The event takes place Sunday, November 23rd from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. in the back parking lot of One Municipal Plaza. Rain or shine. Registration is required and spots are limited. Residents can call 973-680-4017 or visit the link tinyurl.com/BloomTurkey25. Also in Bloomfield, the Bloomfield Police Department Youth Aid Foundation is kicking off its annual toy drive to help local families this holiday season. Residents who would like to receive gifts can register by December 5th by calling or emailing Detective Shona. The department is also accepting donations of new unwrapped toys and gift cards from stores like Target, Amazon, and Walmart. Donation boxes are set up at Hot Bagels Abroad, Brookdale Reformed Church, and Police Headquarters. All donations are due by December 5th.
And how about bumper cars on ice? That's right, the Winter Wonderland is back for its 10th year, and visitors to Van Saun Park in Paramus can choose traditional open-air ice skating or bumper cars or an indoor rink. Additional services are described at BergenCountyWinterWonderland.com. Families visiting the Wonderland are encouraged to cross the parking lot and support the zoo, where animal lovers can enjoy a holiday lantern show that travels the country and features unique animal shapes. The Let It Glow event is a fundraiser distinct from the Wonderland, and both of these events require tickets. Meanwhile, a beloved Bergen County park is under threat of a 50-story cell tower serving Wall Street traders, according to environmentalists. The Ramapo Reservation on RT-202 in Mahwah is a local favorite and tourist destination. The New York-New Jersey Trail Conference, a leading interstate advocate for outdoor recreation, is headquartered on the edge of the park. The sacrifice of public land to the proposed 500-foot cell tower is under consideration by the county.
In Essex County, officials are highlighting an increase in ongoing conservation efforts in county parks as part of a long-term initiative to preserve green space. Crews have been working on trail maintenance, tree planting, and pond restoration in popular parks like Branch Brook and South Mountain Reservation. The county encourages residents to enjoy the outdoors responsibly and says more community volunteer opportunities will roll out throughout the spring and summer. Enjoying parks with your families may be strained as local airports continue to struggle under Trump's government shutdown. The FAA decided to reduce air traffic capacity by 10% beginning November 7th due to the ongoing air traffic controller shortage. Delays at Newark Airport are averaging 3 hours. More than 1,000 delays and 50 cancellations were reported in a single day, affecting domestic and international flights. This week's reduction affects only United States domestic flights. America First and targets Newark, Teterboro, JFK, LaGuardia, and 36 other American airports.
The holiday season approaches with or without timely flights. Montclair is asking residents to help support local families affected by the federal government shutdown. The township is collecting non-perishable food items, including pasta, beans, peanut butter, and oatmeal, now through November 21st. Donations can be dropped off at Montclair Fire Headquarters or Station 2. You can also contribute $30 online. All donations will support SNAP recipients and families facing food insecurity. The Newark Public Library is hosting a virtual credit and money management workshop on November 19th. The session runs from noon to 1:30 and will cover how to build and maintain strong credit, set achievable financial goals, and avoid common financial scams. The workshop is led by Mike Gonzalez from Operation Hope, a nonprofit focused on financial empowerment. Registration is required for anyone who'd like to attend.
In dog pound sports, the Bulldogs continue to dominate on the women's volleyball and men's basketball courts, heading to regional finals. Catch up on highlights or stream live matches of your favorite Bergen athletics teams at HUDL.com.
Bergen County weather. Sunny today and 48 degrees in Paramus overnight. We're looking at low 34. Thursday's looking mostly sunny with possible showers at night. Friday's coming down with cloudy skies and showers throughout the night. As for the weekend, expect morning showers and partly cloudy nights. It's 52 degrees here on campus. And that's what's happening here at Bergen Community College. For Bergen Bulldog News, I'm Nick Gonzalez.
And I'm Johan Bacody.
Thanks for listening.
You're watching Bergen Bulldog Radio from Bergen Community College here on FiOS Channel 26 and the Bergen Bulldog Radio YouTube channel. And now it's time for Bergen Bulldog Focus.
This week on Bergen Bulldog Focus, it's a Bergen County news roundup covering the top stories from some of the largest towns in Bergen County. Plus, we'll hear interviews with the organizers of the Teaneck Film Festival, Idolize Productions recording studio in Hackensack, and a chat with the editor-in-chief of the Bergen Community College student newspaper, The Torch. Your hosts for Bergen Bulldog Focus are Angelica Toribio and Lucas Perez.
A Fairlawn fourth grade student is starting the new Bruce Springsteen biopic, Springsteen Delivered Me From Nowhere. Matthew Pelocano Jr. of Lindcrest Elementary School is playing young Bruce in the film that is in theaters now. It was an honor to work with him. Everyone made me feel safe and comfortable on set, said Pelocano on an Instagram post on the Fairlawn Public Schools Instagram page. They were also kind to me. This is my first movie, so they made me feel at home. My life has changed because of him. As we trusted with a young Bruce is something I'll forever be grateful for, posted Pelocano on his own Instagram page. Pelocano started acting 2 years ago. While filming the movie, he continued to be on top of his studies, making sure to attend class and to do his homework. Pelocano said he is super appreciative of the great support system he has at school, from his principal to his teachers. The fourth grader hopes playing the young Springsteen is just the beginning of his acting journey, but what a start to his career.
Everyone loves a reunion. Over in Ridgewood during the first week of November, after a year of deployment, Chief Warrant Officer Will Tuffy surprised his wife, who works as a teacher at Hawes Elementary School. In the middle of a lesson, Chief Tuffy surprised his wife, which caused an eruption of heartfelt tears, cheers, and celebration from the classroom. Now Will Tuffy and his wife can enjoy some time together after his extended deployment.
Talib McCullough's favorite story about his dad growing up in the city involves stand-up football and eventual New York Jets receiver. He always used to tell me about him and Wayne Krebit being out on the field. They would do 2 versus 2 against other people in the town. McCullough recalled he said there was nothing stopping them. We would throw the ball with Krebit catching it. He was a quarterback, but he was never able to show that on the field. Talib is now the quarterback at Garfield High School. He had the honor of showing his dad, William Ty McCullough, a bit of old, familiar magic during his August 29th, 2024 varsity debut. Despite our overtime loss to rival Lodi, younger McCullough threw 2 long touchdown passes to then senior Xavier Semria. He was here the whole game, Talib said his father. It was a tough loss, but after, he was so proud of me. 2 days later, Ty McCullough died accidentally at age 52. He had graduated Garfield as the all-time leading boys basketball scorer in 1991. More than a year later, Talib is carrying on the family legacy. He helped deliver new coach Farshid Tashayodi's first win, 13-6, at Park Ridge on September 5th, which even the Boilermakers 2024 record at 1-1. Honestly, my dad wasn't really much of a sayings kind of guy. He was more of a show-it-to-me guy. Talib said, I'm able to look back and be like, what would my dad do in this situation? And I would think that he always was that type of person that you could look to, and he wouldn't be wavered by anything. The period of adjustment after Ty's death had an obvious impact on Talib. He stayed occupied by playing sports in all 3 seasons, including bowling in the winter and both baseball and golf in the spring. It was definitely the toughest thing I ever had to go through, McCullough said. Every time I got on the field, it would be in my head, but I tried to set that aside and try to push through, he said. The youngest of 3 McCullough siblings, and the only boy of the trio, also has a goal fueled by the memory of Ty. My dad always told me that yes, he loves all of us the same, but I'm the one that's going to keep the last name, Talib said, so I have to take care of that, and I definitely have to defend my last name the right way.
In Bergenfield, an unprovoked act of violence took place Sunday, October 5th. A rabbi was attacked by 40-year-old Jeffrey Zigatella. The 2 men had not exchanged any words when Jeffrey attacked. The rabbi was outside of his home on Sussex Road when Jeffrey jumped out of his field and attacked. Neighbors rushed out to help shortly, followed by the police apprehending the suspect. On Monday, October 6th, the police had a conference explaining Jeffrey Zigatelli's criminal history was extensive. The police also determined that this was not a hate crime and just a random act of violence.
Fort Lee will be filled with sails in the Hudson River on July 4th for the 250th anniversary of Sailforth. The parade of ships is expected to bring tall ships, naval vessels, and historic replicas up the river, where the 50 tall ships from around the world are expected to participate in Sailforth 250, which would be New York and New Jersey's official celebration of the nation's 250th anniversary. Among the visiting ships scheduled are Spain's Juan Sebastián del Elcano, the Spanish Navy's training vessel, the third tallest ship in the world, and Denmark's Danmark, a full-rigged training ship that served the U.S. Coast Guard Academy during World War II. The Queen Mary II luxury liner is expected to participate, while the U.S. Coast Guard Barque Eagle is due to lead the parade upriver. The event will be preceded by a July 3rd parade of smaller Class B ships down the East River. On July 4th, the class international vessels are scheduled to sail from the Verrazano Narrows Bridge past the Statue of Liberty and up the Hudson River to the George Washington Bridge with Navy's Blue Angels and a Macy's fireworks display that evening. Bergen County will offer some of the region's best views from areas atop the Palisades, including Fort Lee Historic Park near the George Washington Bridge. Chris O'Brien, president of Sailforth 250, the nonprofit Nonpartisan group organizing the event, said planning has been underway for more than 2 years. The event is in a good position to build off similar flotillas in 1992, 2000, 2012. The 250 days to go, we're in excellent shape to mount what will certainly be a highlighted of the many celebrations taking place around the nation, he said.
A new committee has formed to renovate the historic Lodi Grape Bowl, which is a football field in Lodi. Mayor Cameron Bregman says, "I look at this field and I can tell it has a future." The stadium has been filled with a plethora of sports games, cheers, and bands playing for 80 years, and it is in need of some love. The committee is still in the very early stages of planning. The first step is to clean up the stadium with the help of the community, and their eventual goal is to create a venue that lasts for generations. There have been renovations in the past, but they were incomplete. Hopefully this new committee has what it takes. In late August, early September 2025, the New Jersey borough of Paramus started the process of suing American Dream Mall for violating blue law states. The mall has 120 stores that stay open Sunday and publicly advertise it. Paramus Mayor Christopher DePlazia said, "The American dream is operating unfairly," and added, "This puts our shopping centers, our malls, our retailers at a disadvantage, an unfair disadvantage, and with that can hurt taxpayers and residents that I serve." Bergen County Executive Jim Tedesio said, "I have been a steadfast defender of Bergen County's blue laws because they protect our quality of life and guarantee retail employees one day of rest." CBS News New York spoke to shoppers who didn't seem to mind the American Dream Mall being open on Sundays, saying things like it gives them a chance to shop at a mall close to them on a Sunday. Do you agree about the mall being closed on Sunday, or do you like the American Dream Mall being open on Sundays? In other news, the city of Englewood is hosting an open house to provide updates and relay information regarding its parks and recreation program. Residents who attend the open house will learn how the city is investing in its parks and recreation spaces. Residents will also be able to provide feedback to the Parks and Recreation Department. If you have any concerns or complaints, Englewood would love to hear your feedback. The open house will take place from 4 to 7 on November 13th. At the Englewood Civic Center, Hampton Hall.
Well, thank you for wanting to do a story on us and getting it out there to some younger folk at the college. We definitely, want the support of our students, so we appreciate it.
You're welcome. Because I remember last time I went there, I thought for me, the selection and just being there, it was so cool. And I was maybe younger people too, like me, they'll want to at least see a film festival there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool stuff this year, for people that are interested, students who may be interested in film or television or writing or learning about the business. We have a free filmmakers boot camp that's going to be integrated, that's being given by Ashley McFarlane, who's a television executive. formerly of WeTV, which is part of AMC Networks. And that's going to be at Fairleigh Dickinson University at the TNEC campus on November 12th. And it's from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. It's free to sign up. It's open to students, people of all ages. So it's a great, there's so many great opportunities within the film festival, for people not only to see great films and engage on the topics of the films, but also to learn about the business, network, make contacts with filmmakers, producers, actors, etc., etc.
That's great, especially I guess like for me, my like class where I'm at, like they are really interested in it. I feel like I know like they'll get their hands like really onto it. So I think like that's perfect too.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
What ideal aspects do you look for in films that filmmakers have submitted before?
So, with regard to the ideal aspects for our festival, the Teaneck International Film Festival is a social justice film festival, and we have a permanent theme, which is activism making change. So, the objective of our film festival is to showcase films that engage viewers on an important topic that also inspires them to do something that leads them to social change. So it really serves as a call to action, so to speak. So we look for films that align with that theme, and then we work with partner organizations, various nonprofits throughout the state, to showcase whatever topics are important to them, and we try to curate films that match with their themes that also adhere to our social activism theme.
That's great.
And then we pick the best of the best. So we have a whole screening committee. So once we get, the film submissions, we have a whole committee that goes through hundreds upon hundreds of entries each year, watches them, rates them, makes suggestions, and then we try to really pick out what we feel is the best of the best, and also make sure that we're telling new stories, which is really important in terms of not always repeating the same stories, but presenting new pieces every year on new topics.
That's great. I feel like especially now, what kind of going on in the world too. I feel like that's like especially like important for like people to be watching to like get informed, especially with like important topics.
Yeah, it's so crucial. And really in our 20-year history, I could tell you we have seen the importance of the film festival and the significance of what we do really grow and gain steam, in the last probably 8 to 10 years, with what's going on nationally. And what we're seeing is like a shrinking of media, of newspapers, right? Newspapers are just not printing anymore. Journalists, you don't have like local journalists the same way you used to. So it's harder and harder to really get information out there. And what this festival does is really provide a platform, to inform and educate people on so many important topics.
The last question is, what would you say to others who are interested in going to the TNIC International Film Festival?
I would encourage you to buy a ticket. Our 20th anniversary kicks off this week from November 6th to the 13th. You can purchase tickets at tnecfilmfestival.org. Prices are kept low, so it's accessible and affordable for everyone. The schedule and trailers to all the films are on our website, so I would encourage people, come on out and show up, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised about the experience that you have.
But thank you for able to respond back too, and thank you for taking your time also for coming in
No
today.
problem at all.
What made you interested in opening a recording studio in Hackensack?
Hackensack is currently the town that I live in, and the recording studio, I had one in Jersey City at one point in 2021, just closed it down to actually start working with somebody else on their studio. Just wanted one closer to home, and it was just time to build one. Been working in the music industry for about 5 years now, just with different artists as a producer, engineer, also doing marketing with the artists. So just something that was in the works.
What was your biggest challenge in creating idolized productions?
I'd say probably just the marketing side and just becoming a trusted company. There's times when it comes to music, and especially independent music. There's a lot of people who, you have to check their credentials and kind of see if they're actually doing what they're doing. Took a lot of time building up my resume, building up my reputation, and just getting it out there and becoming a notable person in the music industry.
And the third question is, what type of people are you looking for behind production?
See, just all types of genres. Myself as a producer, even just a music lover, listen to a lot of different types of music. I'm never just strictly hip hop, just R&B. I like to the Afro beats. I like to listen to Latin music. I like to listen to all types of genres. All genres are kind of welcomed within me and stuff. It's just if we can do anything beyond making music, like the marketing side or the distribution, it'll all just lead into it.
Yeah, and the last question is, what would you tell people who are interested in coming to Idolize Productions?
People that they'll definitely be in for a treat when it comes to the studio. Have a great creative space that has a photography studio in it as well. Besides the recording, we have we have interns and engineers who are there for you. Engineers that can help you if you're stuck on just a great creative space and a great creative hub for anyone who's interested in music.
I like that question because really, I feel like it's open for everybody, not just like people who are into just like music. Really, other people also just want to branch out to other things. It's like also great, so like I said, for people to find what they like and to be able to stick with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being able to do this interview with you.
Of course. Hi. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. So this is Mike. He's a journalist, right?
Yes, I'm the editor-in-chief and photo editor for the school student newspaper, The Torch.
The first question is, how do you think that the Bergen Torch benefits the students by being student-led?
I think it definitely like, kind of differentiates us from, say, like, the usual updates from Bergen Daily, because that also kind of it's meant to update students on like what's going on at the school, and we kind of try to uplift students' voices. Like we really try to base our stories off of not just what's happening, and or solely what's happening only at Bergen, but what's happening across the country in our state. And we always try to deliver someone's angle on something. Whenever we're asking whether something is newsworthy or not, we're like, all right, well, what do you want to report about it? What makes it interesting? What makes it newsworthy? What makes people want to, listen to it?
I like that question because I feel like you're very open for like just like the students in general, so they able to become creative while also being like getting to do like what they're passionate about.
Yeah. We also, we were just like, hey, if you're interested in writing a story, come on in. We're open to guest writers too. So,
What do you look for in people who want to join the Bergen Torch?
if you're interested in writing, or photography or videography, you really don't have to. We're really looking for kind of like a conviction, or willing to like make a commitment to like trying to explore something that you might not be like great at, you know. We have a bunch of people, I'm the photo editor, and like not everybody can have like this like DSLR like camera to take photos, but I think it really shows that like a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm willing to take pictures on my phone, I'm willing to do that, I'm willing to try, and those are gonna end up on like the paper, and I think it's really cool. Because you have people that kind of like willing to step outside their comfort zone. We have people that aren't really into sports, and they're going to be covering like sports stories, and so I'm really interested to see what they kind of bring to the table and like their perspective on it, and we could probably like get like, well, I'm not really in sports, but here's this, like, this got me into that, and I think that's what kind of I'm excited to see.
So like students are able to get like opportunities in ways like they never really had before. It's good to just like put their foot into something that they really never thought they were able to do, right?
Yeah, we really want it to be a place where you can comfortably step outside your comfort zone,
The last question is, what advice would you give to others who are interested in journalism?
I would always say that if you're interested in journalism, I guess never be afraid to pick a side. I guess because I feel like a lot of especially like student journalists, would are kind of like, well, like where do I go? Like, or I guess like to rephrase that would be like, yeah, never afraid to like, because like your side that you want to kind of like align with is like, the truth and the facts, and a lot of the times, a lot of people like, and you can see it in like other major journalistic outlets where in order to, I guess, to try and be like objective and to try, they tend to kind of like muddy the facts a little bit in order to like say like, well, we talked about both sides, and I feel like what you really want to do is like, follow the truth. Where do the facts lead? If that puts you on like a side of a conflict or a side of an issue, then that's the truth, and you're sticking to that principle.
You've been listening to Bergen Bulldog Focus with your hosts Angelica Toribio and Lucas Perez. Please join us in the coming weeks when the focus will be on term limits for government officials, what you eat, organ donation, artificial intelligence, Gen Z financial literacy, and propaganda in film. If you have suggestions for an upcoming topic here on Bergen Bulldog Focus, please write to Professor Robert Williams at Bergen Community College, rwilliams1@bergen.edu.
Each year, approximately 6 million cats and dogs are abandoned at cold animal shelters across America, and half of them never get adopted. From December 1st to the 24th, we urge you, please donate blankets, toys, or even treats to a local animal shelter and help lonely animals in need. Spread the word on social media using hashtag Operation Santa Paws, and for more information, type Operation Santa Paws in your search browser. Help an animal this holiday season.
This Thanksgiving, let's give back and appreciate those who came before, as we celebrate this Native American Heritage Month by not only paying our respect, but preserving delicate history. And you can too by heading towards the Native American Rights Fund. The NARF helps those in litigation and secures rights for Americans of Native descent. Show your support that you are not the only one that's thankful this Thanksgiving. Find us at narf.org, that is narf.org, or call us at 303-447-8760.
Drivers, prepare to start. Looking out for reckless deer again. That's right, it is deer mating season again here in New Jersey. When a buck chases a doe, neither one cares about the safety of you and your passengers. Swerving is dangerous and forbidden. Pay extra attention to the sides of the roads now until at least the December holiday season. Daylight savings time will make this more challenging. Get ready, New Jersey drivers. Start your engines!
Are you looking for that one perfect gift for the holiday season? Then Wayne Hills Class of 2026 is a perfect thing for you. The Jingle Craft Fair is an event held at Wayne Hills High School, bringing over 100 exhibitors from multiple states to showcase a wide range of handmade arts and crafts. With only a $3 admission, you get to see a diverse selection of crafts, including but not limited to jewelry, holiday decor, apparel, fine art, and so much more. Food and drink will be provided, and a visit from Santa himself. See you at Wayne Hills High School at 272 Burdan Ave in Wayne on Sunday, November 23rd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more details, go to pjspromotions.com.
Do you have a secret talent that you've wanted to show the world? An out-of-this-world voice? A knack for stand-up? Or anything else? Bergen Community College is hosting a talent show on December 2nd, 2025. Come show off your talents and earn those bragging rights. You can RSVP for the event at getinvolved.bergen.edu/events. That's getinvolved.bergen.edu/events. The event is absolutely free to enter and is taking place in room C211. Mark those calendars.
Do you enjoy prime southern ribs and delicious wood-fired pizza? Come on down to the Mason Jar, where on Wednesday the 26th and Friday the 28th, you can enjoy a show with your meal as the local band Blondie Held Us Hostage plays live covering all your rock classics. You can view them for free at the Mason Jar at 219 Ramapo Valley Road, Manhua at 8 p.m. sharp. That is 219 Ramapo Valley Road, Manhua at 8 p.m. sharp. We hope to see you there.
Bergen Bulldog Radio was engineered and edited by Nick Gonzalez. Bulldog Focus segment by Angelica Toribio and Lucas Perez. Newscasters were Jeff Gray and Aiden Moreno. Our Bulldog mascot is Jameson. If you missed any portion, this program will be repeated at various times here on Files Channel 26 through Saturday, November 22nd. And it's available anytime on the YouTube Bergen Bulldog Radio channel. The next edition will air beginning Wednesday, November 26th. The executive producer of Bergen Bulldog Radio is Professor Robert Williams. I'm your host, Johan Bacodi. Thanks for joining us on Bergen Bulldog Radio.